Hi students, a very good morning to everybody right there. Welcome to the very session. My name is Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy, and I give you all a very warm welcome to this very particular session, wherein this is like actually going to be a special session wherein we are going to do the special questions right from your book First Flight. All right, so make sure that everybody is staying tuned. Everybody is going to listen to all the points that I'm gonna mention very clearly and specifically. I'll be sharing the tips and tricks with all of you how to go ahead with writing a good answer, a presentable answer, a worthy answer, how to meet the demand of your question, how to write an answer with the keywords that are needed for one particular question, and how to maintain the grammatical accuracy along with the punctuations. Okay, so everybody make sure that you all are staying tuned and you're sharing the link with all your friends as well so that they can also attend the same. Alrighty, people, a very good morning, Kamish. I'm very well, dear. Thank you so much. I hope that you're good too. Alrighty. Okay, everyone. So now making a move ahead, I'm sure that you all are gearing up now for your examinations. You all have tailored your mind in such a way that you're working towards it, okay? That you're working in the right manner for it. Alright, hi, Satyam. Hello, everybody. Okay, everyone. So moving ahead, my name is Preksha Sharma. I've done Masters in English from Delhi University. Everybody have been guiding a lot of students for the past few years to score good marks in their academics. And I'm sure I'm gonna help you all as well. Okay. Moving ahead, we have got the Telegram channel, everyone. This has especially been designed for all our dear and darling students so that they do not miss any update from our end. Okay. So this is for your good, for your betterment. Make sure that you are joining it, you're asking your friends also for the same, and keeping yourself updated, because now all the sessions they are going to be like completely board specific, so make sure that you're taking care of it. And now guys, we have got the free class special platform wherein we are providing you all a lot of features. Therein you all can interact with us more, you can load us with your questions, okay, and you can simply use the code, the educator code, in order to enter into the class. So those are the free classes. Therein, we are giving you live real-time interaction using chat and emojis. You all can make use of the emojis. You can chat live with us. You all can ask the questions using the question tab. Live poll options for quiz would be there. And poll leaderboard, you all can compete with your friends as well. Okay. So now, guys, what are the major features of the special class that you all learn from your favorite educators for free, which is really amazing? You can make use of the code PSH10. It will give you straightforward 10% discount. Then you all get engaged with your educators via polls. You all can clear your doubts in the live special classes, and for the top special classes you can visit in the very link which is given in the description below. Okay guys, this is the timetable for this month. We have got two classes for the special one. On 29th, that is right today, I'm gonna deal with the super 30 questions on poems. You know, you have got Amanda in your syllabus, everybody. You have got animals in your syllabus, and then we have got the tale of Custard the Dragon. Right, this is what we have. So these are the three poems which are very important from your examination point of view. All right, so I'm gonna cover super 30 questions from this particular, from these particular poems, wherein I'll be telling you all like how to frame a proper perfect answer for your good. All right, so don't miss these classes. Just download the Unacademy app, use the code PSH10, and be right there in the class today, right at 3:30 p.m. And then, guys, on 30th March, that is tomorrow, I'm gonna deal with super 30 questions of the making of a scientist. Again, you all can ask me any question that you have. It's gonna be a literal, like a literal beneficial session or literal beneficial class for all of you. So make the most out of it. All right, everyone. Hi, Manshu. Hello. Yes, Panchika, you're absolutely right about that. Hi, Aradhya. All right. Preeti, you can, I suppose you had asked me this question earlier also. Again, I will say the same thing. It totally depends upon you, like how you are good at something. If you think that you really need a good practice, go ahead with that. If you think that like you have time and you do not need to devote the time to other subjects since you have already practiced about it, so of course you can go ahead with more sample papers for your good. Okay, so all these questions are going to be important, everyone. There is no Menti today. I'm just dealing with the special questions for both term 2. Okay, this is from first flight. So we are gonna deal with all the questions that are important. Okay, and you should know, all right, from each and every chapter. So the very first question I taken from the very poem, which is your The Tale of Custard the Dragon. And the question says, what did custard look like? And it has been asked in CBSE 2016 paper. And it's an important question. Okay, it talks about the physical appearance. Okay, and it is really important. It can be a 2-mark question wherein you will have to meet the word limit as is being mentioned in your CBSE sample paper. It can be 20 to 30 words maybe, or it can be like 40 to 50 words as well. Okay, so please make sure, do not pre-assume that this is going to be 20 to 30 words or 40 to 50 words. In your examination, you are supposed to read the instructions carefully and then do the questions. All right. So the question is, what did custard look like? Custard is a dragon. Yeah, Ashish, you are right. Right. Educate sample paper from Amazon for term 2, which will be delivered. Very good, Vanshika. That's good. That's good. You have done good. Okay. So here and it says, what did custard look like? Now the question. This is very important. What did I tell you? The grammatical accuracy really matters. Okay, so make sure that you're taking care of grammar very nicely. Otherwise, your 0.5, that is your half mark, would be deducted in your examination if your grammar is not doing well in your answer. Maybe the content that you're writing is right. Okay, but if you're not maintaining the grammatical aspects, if you're not taking care of the punctuation, if you're not taking care of the spellings, then your marks would definitely be deducted. So herein it is being like the question is asked in your simple past tense. Did plus look. I am telling you the minutest details so that you guys do not make any mistake anywhere while writing your answers. Okay. So we see that, see, look at the verbs, everyone. This is pretty important for all of you to understand. It says, okay, let me change the color of my pen, everyone. Custard looked, right, really dangerous with spikes on his top and scales underneath. His mouth was like a fireplace and nose like a chimney. His toes looked like daggers. So I have maintained the 3 verbs nicely, which is given in the simple past tense, and I have included all the important information which is needed for this answer. Nothing else is required apart from this. Okay, so you guys are not supposed to be like worried in your examination if you think that the answer is sorry, the very particular words, they are not meeting the word limit. If something is factual and nothing else is given apart from that in your paper, sorry, in your chapter, then let it be. Okay, you're not going to write anything else apart from this. Okay, so don't be worried in your examination. Okay, is that clear to everybody? Hi, Rita. Is that clear to everyone? The had sharp teeth along with the spikes on his top and scales underneath. He also had daggers on his toes. Yeah, that is no. Yeah, no. Basically, his toes looked like daggers. We will not say that there were daggers on his toes because that is going to be wrong, my dear. Okay, we have to say that the toes looked like daggers. That is what you will have to keep in your mind. Okay, clear. Hey, Rita, a very good morning. Okay, I hope that's clear to everybody. That's how you're gonna go ahead with the answer. All right. Okay, I cannot find answers in passage. What can I do to find answers? Nitesh, what passage are you talking about? The reading comprehension? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, Savior. Now we are moving to the next question. But Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Who is Custard? Why did he cry for a nice safe cage? Okay, so this was being asked in the year 2014, which is again an important question. See, like every time in your CBSE sample papers, the question, the language of the question doesn't remain same. Okay, but the nature of the question remains same. Understand what I'm telling you all. Okay, the language doesn't remain same, but the nature of the question remains same. Now, this question could have been asked in like different other form as well, like describe about Custard, okay, and why did he always demand a safe knife, nice cage? Okay, so therein you have to be very clear about it that you have the information. Okay, don't panic in your examinations. Always understand the language of the question, understand what is it demanding, and if you think you haven't understood the question, read it again, my dear. Okay, do not waste your time just like that. Read it again so that you get a proper understanding what is the demand of your question. Okay, I hope that's clear. So herein we are saying that Custard is Belinda's pet dragon. He cried for a nice safe cage because he was a coward who feared easily and looked for comfort and safety for himself. That's it. That's how you're gonna give the answer. Custard is the dragon. He cried. Alrighty. Okay, and he cried for a nice safe cage as he was a coward. Yeah, Mohammed, you're right about that. Custard is little pet dragon, and physically he looks very strong, but internally he is very coward who feared easily. Right. And Custard is a dragon who always cried for a nice safe cage because he was a coward. Yeah, because you're right about that. All right, he always wanted a nice safe cage, Vanshika. Absolutely correct. So you guys are absolutely right about this. So the question can be a two marker. Always keep your two markers very crisp, very brief and exact. Okay, like to the point. Do not try to write anything extra which is not really needed. Why to waste your time? You all need time in your writing skills, in your reading comprehension. Okay, so don't waste your time. That's not really recommended. Okay, now the next question. How does Amanda tackle the nagging nature of her parents? Explain with examples from the poem. What values does it portray about Amanda? All right, so this is something like somewhere talking about what? Can you please explain this? Can you please explain? So, guys, all the questions they are in a way a mixture of your NCRT and your extra questions. And I've taken up the questions which are really very important to understand the given poem or something or the given chapter. Okay, so make sure that you all are listening to me very carefully. Okay, English. So, ma'am, in April, what I had to do is to do sample paper, learn questions of chapter. Nitesh, you will have to be prepared for everything by now. Okay, like April only calls for the practice, nothing else. Okay, you guys cannot like dig into any new concept or any new learning. I've been saying this since beginning. You all will have to be like prepared by now. All right, it's like high time. Now you should only be revising in the month of April. Nothing else, nothing apart from that must be done. All right, so now what is this question saying? It is talking about the fact that what was the way that Amanda was tackling and she was managing the instructions that were being given by her mother or the restrictions that were being posed on her by her mother. All right, so we have to substantiate it. That means we have to give the example right from the given poem, okay? And we also need to talk about the character of Amanda, like all the things that she was thinking about or she was doing. What does this show about her character? All right, how do we come to know that what kind of a person she is? All right, okay. So we see that Amanda is a small girl who is termed as moody, all right, for her careless behavior. All right, but it is very surprising to know that this is her defense mechanism. What do you mean by defense mechanism? When you're trying to protect yourself, when you're trying to shield yourself. All right, when you're trying to protect yourself, when you're trying to shield yourself. Shield basically means to protect. Okay, when you are like when you're protecting yourself against any danger. So but it is very surprising to know that this is a defense mechanism to shield against her nagging parents. Nagging is basically like that when you are constantly instructing someone for something again and again. All right, so Amanda is getting instructions from her parents which become too much to handle for the small girl. All right, this is very important. So she is told not to eat her nails and sit in a proper position. This is what she's being told. Amanda's response to it is her work of imagination, where she is mermaid drifting effortlessly by the languid river. Okay, this is what we are gonna say, that she is told not to eat her nails and sit in a proper position, and Amanda's response to it is her work of imagination, where she's a mermaid drifting effortlessly by the languid river. Okay, so what does this portray about Amanda? Okay, this has been missed. This shows, all right, that she is feeling frustrated and seeks for peace and calmness. All right, this completes this answer. Amanda, who always thinks about her imagining world, okay, imaginative world, and she thinks that her parents so nagging and she wanted to leave alone and peacefully, and she wanted to be invisible. All right, and she wanted to become Rapunzel. Yeah. So, guys, if the question is going to be in a two marker thing, no. You can just give one single example, that's it, or you can write in one single line that she imagined herself to be a mermaid, an orphan, and Rapunzel. Okay, but if it's gonna be like, if a 2 marker thing is there, then what I've written here for all of you, that is like very much sufficient. But if it's a 4 marker question, a long answer kind of question, then I would like to ask you all to detail every imagination that she went through. Okay, like she wanted to be an orphan, wherein she like wanted to like make the designs on the dust with her bare feet. Okay, she wanted to be Rapunzel because she wanted to live alone on a tower. Okay, she decided not to let her hair down because she wanted peace. She didn't want anybody around her, and she wanted mermaid. She wanted to be a mermaid because she wanted to drift blissfully in a languid emerald sea. Okay, so please make sure that you're writing in detail, because the long answer questions, okay, the long answer questions, they always demand your detail. All right, I am not talking about summary. Okay, be careful about it. You're not supposed to write the summary. I have always been saying this in my special classes. No summaries must be there. Instead, the detail must be there, which would definitely be in a form of your analysis. Okay, like what do we come to know when she says like this? Okay, there is a visual contrast between her real world and her imaginative world. She seems moody just because of the fact that she is not paying attention to the instructions posed by her mother, because she is finding solace and happiness and the calmness and the peaceful environment only in her imaginative world, where she is totally alone. So she seeks to be alone. Why? Because she wants freedom and independence. Okay, so I hope that you all get this idea. All right. Is that clear? Entertainment with Aradhya. Your answer, Amanda was tackling the name by becoming imaginative herself. She used to imagine herself as if a mermaid who was, yeah, that is right. Okay, but make sure that you're writing certain analytical points in that also, so that we get an idea that you're not just summarizing it. Okay, the way I've been giving you the answers. This is very important to understand. All right. Now let's make a move towards the next question. And what is the question demanding? The question says, explain the satisfaction that animals have and humans don't. So this is the question that was being asked in the year 2014 as well, and it's an important theme of your poem, which is animals. All right, wherein we see that the poet, okay, he is literally showing the theme of satisfaction, and he is clearly pointing out the very nature of humans, which is very greedy. So what is the answer? Animals do not have the desire to possess worldly things, or you could have written materialistic. Okay, that is also another words, materialistic things, or you could have written that animals do not have the desire for materialistic possessions. Okay, that is how also you can write it. All right, you can write it like this also. Whereas, so whereas is now a contrast word. After that, you're gonna write a comma. Whereas the more humans own, the more their desire to own grows, leaving them dissatisfied forever. The absence of this greed, okay, in animals keep them satisfied, and its presence keeps human dissatisfied, because humans have a tendency to just keep on possessing a lot. All right, once they desire for something, they get it, and then their next desire comes up, which shows that they are greedy. They are never satisfied with whatever means they have. They always seek for more and more and more. All right, I hope that you all get the meaning here clearly. Yes, everybody? Yes? Hey, hi, Aruhi. Good morning. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? No one is keen to another, while humans are greedy, not satisfied with what they have. Yes, of course, that is right. And Ashish says animals don't have desire to possess materialistic things, whereas humans have non-ending desire. Unending. Unending is the word, not non-ending. Okay, unending desire. Hi, Ratika. Yeah, animals doesn't have do. Vanshika, animals, they are plural. With that, you're gonna use the plural verb, which is do. Animals do not have that much expectations than humans, and because of humans, no, we are gonna talk about that, the fact that animals have got no expectations. They are independent in themselves. They are self-contained. Okay, they are self-satisfied. They are very much calm in nature. Okay, they just do the simple things that they want in their life. They are living their natural habitats. Okay, and they are just hunting on their own, and they do not keep on having the desire, the list of the desires with them. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Do not complain or weep about their conditions. Absolutely correct. Everybody has been giving me the correct answer. That's really amazing. Now let's make a move towards the next question. Hey Priya, hi dear. Now, the next question on your screen. It is not complaining but accepting a situation that is the key to happiness in life. Elaborate in context of the poem Animals, and this question was being asked in the year CBSE 2015. All right, quite an important question. Again, it is talking about one of the major themes of your poems. And what is that? This can be a 4-marker thing. All right, and in your 4 markers, make sure that you are maintaining the word limit as is being asked in your CBSE sample paper. All right, like sorry, in your CBSE paper, like according to the sample paper, like we can go ahead with the word limit, but you have to be very sure that you're reading all the instructions carefully in your examination. Okay, I hope that's clear to everyone. Animals do not have the money of owning things, specifically the materialistic one, but humans always desire to own things and are every time unsatisfied with their things and belongings. Absolutely correct, Aradhya. All right, now moving ahead, everybody. So what do we see? The question is talking about the complaining nature of humans, right? This is so obvious. We see that around us also. Like at times, like you get one thing and then you're not getting another thing. You keep on cribbing about it. You keep on complaining about it. And the trivial things makes you so sad. Okay, the things that really doesn't matter. Maybe you just want a video game and your parents, they are not letting you to have it just because your exams are approaching. So it makes you sad. Why? Okay, we shouldn't be very much materialistic in nature. Like if not today, then tomorrow you're definitely gonna get it. Okay, so this is talking about, like, this poem is talking about the fact that whatever situation is, accept it. Whatever means you have right now, accept it. It will keep you very sane. It will not make you insane and mad and crazy. All right. So herein we are gonna go ahead with it, where it says the poet Walt Whitman in his poem Animals, okay, compares animals to human beings and differentiates between them on the basis of their characteristics, which is a very good point given in this poem. Animals have been ranked much higher than humans in poet's perception. So perception basically is view. So according to the poet, the animals, they have got a higher pedestal. That means they have got a higher seat as compared to the humans, because they have lost all their virtues and their values. Okay, so since animals, they do not complain about their situation, they are considered to be much happier than humans. This is the major point, that they are not complaining about their situation. If you're not complaining about the situation that you're into, that means that you are much happier than anybody else in this world. Okay, a person earning 2 lakhs a month may not be very happy in his life, because he may have another list of desires with him. But a person who is just earning like 20 to 30,000 a month seems to be like super satisfied, super happy. Why? Because the person is sad, like has accepted the situation and is living accordingly. Okay, so animals live in their natural surroundings, they accept their natural lives, and humans, on the other hand, whenever we are including the words such as on the other hand, on the contrary, whereas, in between a sentence, you're always going to write comma before it and after it. Now, humans have never accepted nature. That is, they complain about it and try to change it, leading to an unhappy life. So, humans, they are not accepting their situations. Instead, they are just unhappy about it. All right, greed leads to conflict. Okay, Mohammed, then apart from being greedy, accepting things that we have can reduce conflicts. And animals do not complain and they remain satisfied. The tokens good habits within the animals. Yeah, of course, that is the right thing. Amber, my dear, stop spamming into the word class. Nowadays, I'll be coming up with your subjective questions so that you guys get a good understanding of the chapters which are there in your syllabus. Okay, like how do we need to write the answers? Because this time it's not going to be an objective examination. The examination is going to be subjective. Okay, animals are happy in their world, right? And they never complain about their situations, because absolutely correct. Arohi, Miss, how's your English too good? Would you like to tell us? Arohi, basically you need to practice a lot here. It's not something very tough, okay? It's just a piece of cake. What you really need to do is you just have to practice, okay? The more you're gonna practice about it, you're gonna just be very good at it, okay? Because the thing is that you need to listen to the people whose language is English, okay? Or maybe you have to listen to all the debates and the very news channels which are reporting any incidents, and you have to catch the words, okay? So you'll understand it. Like it's a slow and gradual process, but you have to start working on it right from now. All right. Keywords, like what keywords, Savior? Are you talking about the vocabulary? Is that the thing? By losing those tokens, humans lost humanity, right? You are right about that. So I hope that you all got the answer for this. Now, what are the main points of pleading between Chubukov and Lomov over Oxen Meadows? This question was asked in the year 2011, which is quite an important question because it is talking about the main points of pleading between Chubukov and Lomov, okay, over Oxen Meadows. So, on hearing the uproar between Natalia and Lomov, uproar basically refers to a heated argument. All right. So there was that heated argument that was going on between them. So then comes Chubukov. Okay. So Chubukov appears at the scene. Immediately, Natalia asks her father to let Lomov know about the ownership of Oxen Meadows, wherein M and O should always be capital in your answers because we are talking about a proper noun. All right. Chubukov too pleaded that those were the properties of Chubukovs. And guys, one more important point. When you are referring to somebody, all right, like when you're referring to the entire family with their surname, all right, for example, if I'm talking about Guptas, okay, so you are referring to the entire family, all right. For example, your neighbors are Guptas, so when you're referring to the entire family with their surname, we always add s to the surname. Keep it in your mind always and forever, even in your conversation and your communication skills. When you're referring to like people, for example, if I'm saying that uh, like the Sharmas or the Vermas, they are not coming to the party tonight. So you're not going to say the Sharma is not going to come. If I'm writing the article the and with that I'm specifying the surname, that means I am talking about the entire family and not one single person. Okay, it's really important. So when you're gonna write this, you have to be very careful about it. That herein, when he says like this, that Oxen Meadows, Chubukov to pleaded that these were the properties of Chubukovs, that means that it belonged to their family. Okay, but Lomov denied their ownership. He pointed out that it was his aunt's grandmother who gave the meadows to the peasants of Chubukov's grandfather on the condition that they would prepare bricks for his aunt. Okay, so this is a very important point in the given chapter. You have to remember it that it was Lomov's aunt's grandmother, okay, who gave meadows to the peasants of Chubukov's grandfather on the condition that they would prepare bricks for his aunt. Okay, kindly remember it. Okay, kindly remember it correctly. All right, here we go. Heated argument, Kulvinder, basically refers to an angry argument wherein like oh both the parties, I mean both the persons, they are like shouting or speaking in the louder tone which shows their anger. Okay, it's getting heated. Like heat is something that we connect with anger, right? That is where we say heated argument. All right, is that clear? Apostrophe S, Nancy apostrophe S, see here, you can see here clearly that it is Chubukov's. Okay, Chubukov's grandfather. That means grandfather of Chubukov. All right, that is what your apostrophe S is. Okay, but if you're just adding S, you're making it plural. That's it. Nancy, I hope you get it. Yeah, it's not coming in my exam because okay, Ram Prasad, yeah, you told me this earlier also. Okay. All right, I hope you all got the answer for that one. Now, how does Lomov come to Chubukov's house? What for does he come and how is he received? All right, so now this is quite an important question. Okay, so we are now gonna write the answer. Now, it should be comes, all right, since the very tense here is given in your simple present tense. Okay, so Lomov comes to Chubukov's house in the evening dress with gloves on. Now you're gonna write this the here for sure because you are specifying the dress. What is the dress? It's the evening dress. And he comes, all right, he comes to propose to his daughter Natalia and he is received with all respect by Chubukov. So you see the use of the language. The use of the language, it was really very much respectful. So therein, you know, like this is also one of the important questions, like how were they in their language? So you have to talk about the words, like try to read the very play correctly. There are certain words that are being used right in the beginning, which we can use even in our answers. Okay, in our answers. Okay, so be very careful about it, everyone. All right. Okay. Now he came to put forward a marriage proposal. Comes. Nancy, see the dear. Please make sure that you are clear about it. The very tense used here is simple present. Okay, you see does here, is here. So we have to maintain the tense here in your simple present only. Okay, be careful about it. It's quite an important point. I've been saying this again and again. You guys become very perfect in writing anything or answering anything only and only if you are maintaining the grammatical accuracy well in your answers. Okay, and that really matters. All right. Savior, dear, keywords, I cannot just let you know keywords in a very random manner or in an ambiguous manner. For example, by keywords, I basically mean what? I mean, for example, if I'm talking about Lomov coming to Chubukov's house, okay, what did he come for? So, what are the keywords in that context? The evening dress, okay, the respect, okay. So, these are the keywords. Now, for example, in the previous question, what were the keywords here when we were talking about the pleading between Chubukov and Lomov? The keywords were Anne's grandmother, peasants, bricks, okay, ownership, and the argument. Okay, so the key by keywords I mean that there are certain points which are very well given in your text which are very much contextual related to an answer. So there is no point of writing it in an explicit manner. I mean, like in place of writing the peasants, if you could have written farmers, that's not really needed. Write what is being given in your text. Okay, that makes your answer more worthy. All right. Now let's move to the next question there. Okay, and here we go. Ram Prasad Veil basically means ghungat. My dear Ram Prasad, I would like to really tell you about this. Please sit with a dictionary, okay, when you're reading a chapter, because herein you're asking me, that is okay. I appreciate that. I'm gonna tell you for that. But when you're reading on your own, no, and you immediately look for the word in your dictionary, no, that gives a strict impression in your mind. I've myself done it, okay, in my childhood days. So that gives a strict impression to your mind and you'll remember it for your lifetime. Okay, so I want you to please do it. All right, and Vanshika, what did you say? Lomov comes to for her proposing Dala in a proper dressing with an evening dress and a gloves on his hand. Okay, and he's received by Chubu with respect, love, and honor. That's pretty fine. All righty, and he came there to take the hand of Natalia from her father. He comes there to wear with evening dress. And no, Vanshika, the answer is not correct in terms of your grammar. Otherwise the very context is clear. But as I said, write the proper words. Like he came to propose her, to ask Natalia's hand for marriage. Okay, that way you have to give it. Alright, is that clear? And now, making a move ahead. Neighbors must have a cordial relationship with Lomov and Natalia, sorry, which Lomov and Natalia do not have. Describe the first fight between them, and this was the question which was being asked in your CBSE paper 2015. And it is again talking about one of the very important themes, and what is that? The theme of quarreling, which is running in the entire chapter, alright, proposal, and that has been presented with the use of the actual theme farce, that is humor. Okay, the fun element that has been used by the given poet, all right, in the poem. So the question is talking about cordial. Cordial basically refers to what? Cordial basically refers to a harmonial. Okay, so harmony basically. Okay, that means that there shouldn't be any fight. Instead, there should only be peace. Okay, so what exactly it says? So we see that here it talks about this, that Lomov and Natalia meet, and rather than proposing her, he gets off the point. Alright, he just gets distracted. He tells her how he inherited his land and how he respects her father. He also tells Natalia that his oxen meadows touch Natalia's birchwood. On hearing this, now see, like he says that our oxen meadows. When you're gonna read this in your very chapter, you're gonna understand it. Natalia says that oxen meadows are theirs. They start arguing about it. Lomov clarifies that he's talking about the oxen meadows, oxen meadows that are between her birchwoods and burn marsh. Natalia again insists that they are theirs. All right, and Lomov refuses it. He tells her that his aunt's grandmother gave those meadows to her father's grandfather. Okay, so this is a one word. We are never gonna write it like separately. Okay, keep this in your mind. The words like grandfather and grandmother, they are always one. We are never gonna separate it. Okay. So the peasants used the land for 40 years and started regarding it as their own. And Natalia's father comes and also starts quarreling with Lomov. So they get into a heated argument. Okay, they get into a heated argument as in like a fight. Okay, they started quarreling. Alrighty, that's what you have to keep in your mind. And resort to name calling. What does that mean? That they started using the abusive words. Like resort to name calling is one of the phrases that we use when we are talking about someone who just starts talking in an abusive manner. Alright, and just gets a little very violent and wild in the use of language. So after some time, Lomov leaves their house. This is the first fight in a clear manner. All right, and the question is basically a 4-marker thing wherein we have provided detail. That's what I mean when I say that you have to give the detail. All right, is that clear to everybody? Yes, Nitesh, I'll be coming up with that. Guys, don't be worried about it. Now let's make a move ahead to our next question. How does Lomov come to Chubukov's house? What for does he come and how is he received? All right, we have already done this question. It was being asked in the year CBSE 2012. Okay, now wow, we are moving to the next question. Who is Lomov and why does he visit Chubukov? This question was also there in the year 2012. Quite a straightforward question. Whenever it comes to the characters, we have to be very clear that we have the apt information to write for it. And the question is a 2-marker thing wherein you'll again have to be very brief and to the point. Okay. He also says that he can gift it to Natalia as a gift. Right, Vanshika. Yeah. Okay. Important content or expression in an answer. Nancy, I've been dealing with the same dear in the very special classes. I really don't know if you've been attending it or not. The important content is what is the actual information demanded by the question. Herein the question is talking about Lomo. So it gives you a clear-cut indication you have to talk about Lomo. And then the next part of the question talks about that why does he visit Chubukov. So herein we are dealing with the reason. So you know that what is the apt information. The apt content for this answer is that you have to talk about the character and what was his motive to visit the place. Okay, so that is the apt information. All right, and whenever it's a 2-marker, I've been always saying it, that just write what is being demanded. Do not supply anything else that's not really needed for the given question. That is just going to waste your time. All right, and it's really an important point to consider and to understand. All right, and for your 4 markers, you're always going to start your answer in a journalized manner, like you're being a little philosophical, like especially when they are the value-based questions. Then you're keeping your answer coherent. You're connecting the first line with the other lines and giving a proper ending. But therein, in your long answers, we always need the details, like we did in the very previous question. Okay, so now for this question, moving ahead, everyone. Not really, Arohi. I will not say like that. Not really. Okay, what is the process for that? Rajchandra, you can just see that on the very site, okay? And it's good for you that if you go ahead with the subscription before 31st because the prices are gonna rise soon. All right. Is Chubukov's neighbor? That's absolutely correct. Okay, so we see that Lomov is a landowner in Russia. He is about 35 years old, which is a critical age for marriage. Okay, in order to put his proposal for Natalia, he visits Chubukov in his best dress and or you can write in his evening dress. Alright, herein I have used a different word which is okay and acceptable. You can write in his evening dress and Chubukov thought that he had come to borrow money. Alright, that is what it talks about. Alright, is that clear to everybody? Is that clear to everyone? Hi Manan, hello. Is that clear? Vanshika, let me see. That is a middle-aged person and a well-settled person and wanted to get married before he gets old at the time of the marriage is done by seeing the status of a person so that they can spread their yeah, Vanshika, your points are correct, but I urge you to please write them in a correct manner. Okay, do not write long sentences in your answers, everybody. You have to keep your answers, like sentences, short. Like, for example, you see here, Lomov is a landowner in Russia. I'm done with the sentence. Okay, one sentence ends here. Then he's about 35 years old, which is a critical age for marriage. Second sentence ends here. In order to put his proposal for Natalia, he was the Chubukov in his best dress, and Chubukov thought that he had come to borrow money. Third sentence. So keep your sentences short. Do not try to just mix match all the points in just one single sentence. That's not how a good sentence is made. Okay, keep that in your mind. Now the next question, everybody. Let's see what does this question talk about. Alrighty, here we go, Pavni. We're gonna end it at 11. Okay, Vanchika, your answer is not wrong there, but you have to maintain a proper tense. Okay, write in a proper manner. Okay, I know that you may be in a hurry to write it. Okay, just write correctly. Make sure that you're writing correctly. That really is appreciated. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're gonna Rajkunda, I'm gonna come up with that right from April. Okay, here we are. All right. So, how did Wally feel on seeing the dead cow on the road? Okay, the question was being asked in the year 2014. All right, it's quite an important question. Okay, so what exactly does it talk about? So Wally was filled with sadness, which is really one of the very important points that you're gonna straightforward go ahead with. As I've always been saying, the two markers they have to be very straightforward. You're not gonna write anything else which is not needed. Supply what is needed. So Wally was filled with sadness, and she thought that what had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life. Okay, please understand that whenever we are talking about an animal, all right, I hope that you all know this, but keep it in your mind perfectly and nicely. Whenever we are talking about an animal, the very pronoun that you're gonna use with it, that's gonna be, just a moment, guys. Yeah, whatever pronoun we are gonna use with it, that is always going to be its. Okay, the pronoun is it. Okay, keep it in your mind. All right, and but if that animal has been given the pronoun he or she, or there is a proper name given to that animal, all right, then you're gonna use he or she. Okay, otherwise you will always use the pronoun it. Okay, this is very important. All right. So Wally was filled with sadness. She thought what had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible and frightening. Okay, so she learned a lesson about the life. Okay, she learned that what is death. Okay, is that clear? Rajkundra from I was about to say Jan. Oh God, from April. Okay. Is that clear, everybody? Yes, your subject would come first and then would come your very salutation. Okay, Preeti. Bali was filled with sorrow. She thought how the cow lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible and frightening. Ashish, absolutely correct. She even did not see the outside of the bus. Nitesh, that is very right. Okay, I appreciate that. Bali was filled with sorrow. She thought how the cow lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible and frightening. Okay, that is absolutely correct and amazing. All right, clear. Okay, so may I make a move ahead? All right, Vanshika, what did you say, Heron? Nancy Valiant, seeing the dead cow, was filled with sorrow. She pondered about the cow's death, or she pondered. Nancy, the spelling is wrong. Or she thought. Keep it simple. Do not try to complicate the words if you're not really sure of the spellings, okay? I really, really would like to tell this to all of you that just keep it very simple. Do not complicate your answers. Okay, all her journey, Wally was filled with sorrow. She thought about how the cow lost its charm and Ashish, right? And Nancy Wally on seeing the red cow was filled with the sorrow. She pondered, right? Nitesh, okay. Aditya, Wally is very disappointed after seeing the dead cow. Okay, you're not gonna write is Aditya because herein the answer is given in your past tense. I've been saying this again and again to everybody, and I want all of you to understand it, okay? Because this is the important. Now, the very tense is given in the past tense, so make sure that you're writing your answer in the same tense. It really matters. All right. Okay, and I'm sorry, Vanshika, I couldn't see your answer. All right, pondered is the, yeah, that is the spelling. That is right. Vanshika, no, I cannot see your answer anywhere. Like it's only Ashish, Aditya, and Nancy. Your answer I couldn't see. Wally was overcome with no. Wally was overcame. No, Wally had overcame. Okay, that's sorry, had overcome, not overcame. Alrighty, moving ahead, everyone. The next question. What is the story about the Kodavus people descent? Okay, so now this is like one of the important questions. So this has been taken from your chapter cool. Guys, like right at 2 p.m. I'm gonna discuss the special questions, the subjective questions from cool. Okay, in the upcoming classes now I'll be taking up the classes, the special questions which are important and which in a way like completes the entire chapter. Okay, which are important for your good. Alrighty. So herein, what do we see? What is the story about the Kodavush people descent? The fiercely independent people. You're gonna use this word because that's how we see that we got the description in our book. And that is what I mean when I told you no keyword. That is what I mean, that there are certain words that are being used in certain contexts. So make sure that you're making use of that context. Okay? Yes, that's right. Descent is basically that where are they coming from, okay, who are their ancestors. All right, so the fiercely independent people of Kurd are descendants of Greeks or Arabs. Okay, that means that they are coming from that culture. Their ancestors, they were like Greeks or the Arabs. Okay, a section of Alexander's army moved south along the coast. The is important. Okay, and settled here only when they were unable to return to their country. Those people married among the locals, and this is the story about the descent of Kodavu people. So this is the story that you all will have to remember. Okay, keep it in your mind, very important. All right, and I would like to tell you all once again, I've been saying this in almost all the sessions wherein I'm dealing with the your factual chapters. Okay, so the facts we cannot play with them. Okay, even if you want, you can write in your own language. That is okay and acceptable, but do not change the facts. While you're framing your own answer, just make sure that you are not changing the facts or you're not misleading the facts. Okay, you will be losing your mark immediately there and then. Okay, so keep it in your mind. It's really, really important. Now, moving ahead to the next question. What did the bakers wear when the author was young? And this is the question which was being asked in the board examination in 2013, which talks about the very attire. All right, basically attire in simple language, we talk about the clothes. Okay, it talks about the fact that what did the bakers used to wear when the author was young. And now you know that what is the tense that has been used here. You see did and where. So did plus where, it means we are talking about the simple past form. Okay, this is your simple past, right? So you have to be clear that whatever words and whatever verbs you're gonna use in this particular answer, that has to be in the simple past. Okay, keep it in your mind. Kufiya one was similar to Kufiya one by Arabs, and yeah. No. You can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, you can do that, Nancy. All right, that is they wear peculiar dress. Queens, you're right. Section of Alexander's army moves along the south coast and settle there. These people married among the locals, which influence their clothing, commercial practices, and marriage rituals. Yeah, Sonika, that is the right answer for your previous one. Alrighty. So what do we see here, everybody? Let's have a look at it. And we see that the bakers in the Portuguese days wore a peculiar dress which was known as kabai. Okay, and since we are talking about something which we need to highlight, keep it in one single inverted comma. That is one of the ways when you want to go ahead with a good answer. It was a long single piece of frock reaching down to the knees. And when the author was young, they wore a shirt and a trouser that was longer than a half pant and shorter than a full pant. Okay, that is what you will have to write about. All right, that's clear. Pratika, not needed here. Not needed. Okay, not really needed. If you want, if you have time, you can do that. Okay, if you have time. All right. But yeah, I would really like to tell you all, do not try to like be very much decorative. Okay, and that you're making it like you beautifying your answer, not needed. If you have like return the perfect answer, the apt and the brief answer, that's okay. You're good to go. Okay, just concentrate on your reading comprehension amazingly. All right, and your writing sections. Okay, after you're done with your literature part. Alrighty. Hi, Antima. Very good morning. Now, we are moving to the next question. How did the baker attract the children? The question was being asked in the year 2013, which is again an important question because it talks about him being a friend, okay, guide, and companion. All right, you can definitely include these points as well in your answers. Okay, so the baker attracted the children not by his jingle or by the loaves of bread he sold, but attracted the children by the bread bangles or the special sweet bread he sold. Okay, so that's what you have to give the answer, and so you can easily see the answer is absolutely brief. Okay, we don't need to write anything else. But yeah, of course, if you think that your word limit is not meeting up, then in that case, you can write in quite an exaggerated manner, wherein you are mentioning that the third in jingle of the bakers, sorry, the third in the jingle made by the baker used to waken up the children, okay? And they used to immediately run out and meet the baker, the pader. All right, just to meet the word limit, but keep it contextual. Do not write anything just to meet the word limit. Okay, by or the special sweet he sold. Yeah, Chaudhary Kajal, you're absolutely right about it. Okay, that is absolutely correct. Very good, very good. Now we are moving to the next question. When would the baker come every day, and why did the children run to meet him? All right, so again, it's an important question. It talks about his visit for twice a day. All right, sorry, his visit twice a day. So the baker would come at least twice a day. The morning was his selling round, and he returned after selling them. Okay, and that was in the evening. So that was the second round. Children ran to meet and greet him because they needed bread bangles from him. They also got sweet bread of special make, which is really very important. All right, you'll have to keep it in your mind. All right, is that clear to everybody? So make sure that you're answering the answers correctly. Now, if you see here the verb that I've used, that's really contextual and meaningful. Herein we have used would, since I've maintained it here. Then we have used was, okay, did is also there. Then you use returned here, ran here, needed here. All right, got here. So please make sure you're taking care of the grammatical accuracy. Guys, please start practicing the answers. Write the answers on your own. Try to check them by making the 5 key points. Is your spelling correct? Is your grammar correct? Is your punctuation correct? Have you kept the word limit intact? All right, these are the things, like the 4 things, the basic 4 things that you have to be very careful about. All right, there is no Menti today, dear. The basket would come at least, no, the baker, okay? The baker would come at least twice a day, once in the morning and when he comes to sell his loaves, and once he was returning. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, that's absolutely correct. Alrighty, now we are moving ahead to the next question. Why is Coorg called the land of rolling hills? Alright, important one. It was being asked in the year board 2013. So Coorg is called the land of rolling hills because the city is situated on the gentle sloping hills, which is important, and the entire area is covered with these hills. So that is how I've given a very apt information. All right, that is how we go ahead with the answer. He comes twice a day. Firstly, come in the morning. This time basket were filled and with bread, and he returned all bread sold in evening time. Yeah, Kushi, that is also right. Pallavi, if you're asking my name, dear, my name is Preksha Sharma. All right, situated on a sloping hill. Okay, that the word slope. Okay, slope is something we are talking in the slant manner, the diagonal manner. Okay, so that is why, like, they are all being situated on the gentle sloping hills. That is why it is known as what? The very land of rolling hills. Okay, is that clear to everybody? Yes, because it was on the gentle sloping hill. Right, right. Just write this word. Situated in hills, that is okay. I mean, that is completely fine. Okay, but where exactly? It is situated on the gentle sloping hills, the diagonal, the very slant manner. Okay, because the city is situated in a very good Sakshi. You're right about that. Yeah, Hirosha, Beginner's family never starved. Rishu, we are gonna deal with that from April. Okay, now write 2 characteristics of people of Coorg. Important point, because therein we have got the fiercely independent people. Okay, so the people of Coorg are fiercely independent and they are very brave also. And Coorgi houses, that means the people who are living there and who have got their houses there, they have a tradition of hospitality. Hospitality is like what? Can you please tell me the meaning of hospitality in the comment section? Anybody? Yes, what do you mean by hospitality? I'm gonna share it on community, everybody, on the very special app. Okay, you'll get the notes there. Yes, tell me everyone, what do you mean by hospitality? What do you understand by this? Mehman Nawazi, Nikita, that is right. So basically, like how you are greeting, okay, greeting the guest. Okay, treatment given to them. So the Cook regiment basically refers to the army area, okay, is the most decorated one in the Indian army. They feel proud sharing the courageous works of their sons and fathers. That's what we are going to talk about, right? Is that clear? Yes, everybody. Now the next question. Why has Cook been referred to as a piece of heaven drifted from the kingdom of God? Why has this been known as like this? Coorg is often referred to as a small piece, as a small piece heaven of heaven, basically, because of its natural beauty. And what is it? Of its evergreen forests, rolling hills, coffee plantations, and spice trees. That is why it is being referred to as a piece of heaven drifted from the kingdom of God. That means it has directly come from there. So the freshness of the natural surroundings is further enhanced by the aroma of coffee. Alright, that is one of the simplest answers which you all will have to remember for your examinations. Alright, that is very clear. Treatment, that is very right. Okay, it's like a natural beauty and like a heaven on the earth. That is very right, Vanshika. They feel proud to share about the story of their parents and sons. Yeah, Khushi, they are very right about it. Alright, I mean you're very right about it. Next question. Describe Coorg's weather. When is it most pleasant for the tourists to visit Coorg? This was being asked in the year 2012. So the weather of Coorg is pleasant during the months from September to March. Keep it in your mind. During that time, the weather is perfect with some showers, okay, thrown in for good measure. Good measure as in like in a good quantity. Okay, during the monsoon, it receives heavy rainfall. That's what you will have to keep in your mind. Alrighty. Is that clear to everybody? Yes? Okay. Now, moving ahead to the next question. Throw some light on the vast diversity of biodiversity of Coorg, which is very important. Alright. So, the evergreen forest of Coorg enclose vast treasures of flora and fauna, that is the animals and the plants. Okay. It is a home to squirrels, langurs, kingfishers, elephants, slender loris, bees, okay, and butterflies. Its river Kaveri abounds in Mahasir, a large freshwater fish, and the spice and coffee plantations further adds to its vast biodiversity. That's how you need to go ahead with these answers, okay? Like vast biodiversity basically talks about the flora and fauna, the plants and the animals that are there, okay? So you have to be very explicit about it. You should remember the names of all the animals, the insects that are being mentioned, and the river Kaveri is also flowing there, and therein we have got a large freshwater fish, okay, which is what? Which is Mahasir, okay, and then there are spice and the coffee plantations as well, which you all need to remember. Is that clear? Yes. Is that clear? Any, you just need to have to practice, okay? Yes, Aditya, we have got a special class at 3:30 p.m. I'd share the information right at the very beginning. All right? Okay. Now the next question. When was tea first drunk? Acquaint us with words like chai and chini. When did the Europeans use tea and how? So tea was first drunk back in 2700 BC. Please remember the facts. Okay, whatever the facts are, you guys need to remember it the right way. The words such as chai and chini are believed to have Chinese origin, and tea was first introduced in the 16th century to the Europeans, but at that time it was not used as a beverage. Rather, it was being used as a medicine. That's what you all will have to keep in your mind. All right, is that making sense to everybody right there? Chai and chini is tea and sugar. Yes, of course, that is very right. All right. So at that time it was being used as a beverage. That means that it was not used as a drink. All right, rather it was being used as medicine. So it had some medicinal properties and not the drinking properties. All right, is that clear to everybody? I mean, it had the drinking properties as well, but it was being not used, but it was not being used as a drink. Instead, it was being used as a medicine. Alrighty, clear? Now we are moving to the next question. How are the tea pluckers different from the other farm laborers? Alrighty. So, tea pluckers are different from the other farm laborers as the tea pluckers are hired laborers. Whereas the farm laborers can be hired or can be the owners of the land. And tea pluckers just pluck leaves whereas the farm laborers go through the whole process. That is from sowing to harvesting. And it has been the question has been taken from your chapter Tea from Assam. Okay, So keep these things in your mind. Now, describe the viewpoint of Rajveer towards tea plantation. What were his views? Rajveer makes a vast study about tea plantation. He thinks that he should have the curiosity to get the knowledge about tea plantation as tea is exported in huge proportion throughout the whole world. Tourists also come to Assam to get information about tea plantations. Okay. And what is the Chinese story of tea discovery? Important. According to the Chinese theory, a Chinese emperor before drinking would boil water. One day, a few leaves of the twigs which were under the pot burning fell into the water. When it was tested, it was found to have a delicious flavor. It had a tasty flavor. Okay, that is what you all will have to keep in your mind. Alrighty, he was fascinated as he was seeing the tea plantations for the first time. That is also right. Nancy, I would suggest the very literature part because you are very much accustomed with it. All right, and you can easily do that in less time also with all your efficiency. Then you will have to like give your efforts and you have to use your energy for the writing skill, think wisely, and then go ahead with the reading comprehension. Okay, yes. Alrighty, people. So we are done with the questions, the important questions from your first flight. Now I'm gonna deal with the chapter Glimpses of India right at 2 p.m. Be right there, everyone. And now I would like to share the information to all the students. We have got the students. Okay, like we started with the batches for the 90s. All right, the new batch, all-rounder batch for term 1. It got started on March 16. Mode of delivery is English herein, and the term 1 syllabus we are gonna deal with here. It's for the new session. Be right there. Then we have got the inception batch for all the subjects. It is for class 9 again. It got started on March 16. End date is June 30, and here in the mode of delivery is English. So this is for your term 1 for the new session. And then for 10th, we started with Kickstart Term 1 already. This is for class 10. And please make sure you're joining this. You can make the use of the code PSH10 and you can be a part of this. We are dealing with math, science, and social science. So this is for all the students who have just landed into their 10th standard. Mode of delivery here is English. In March 16 is the date. Term 1 is the syllabus for the new session. Then we have got the last mile maths and social science practice with the Jinkya sir. Class 10th batch date is March 10. Mode of delivery is English and maths and social science he is dealing with. So the students who are just in their 10th right now, you all can make use of it. Alrighty. And now everyone, Bugs Bounty it is. It's an opportunity for all the learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. Be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize and report any inappropriate content using the form which is given in the description below. And everybody, we have got Iconic and Plus subscription. In Iconic, you're gonna get the personal guidance. You'll be getting one-on-one guidance from the top exam experts. Test analysis would be there, wherein you'll be having one-on-one guidance from the top exam experts. Study planner would definitely be there. Customized study plan with bi-weekly reviews and study materials. Specialized notes and practice tests would also be there. And the experts guidelines would also be there. Study booster workshops by exam experts. And in Plus, you're gonna get the live classes, weekly tests, structured courses, and unlimited access. If you're gonna go ahead with Plus, you're only going to get the benefits of Plus. But if you're gonna go ahead with Iconic, you're gonna get the benefits of Plus as well. So be wise, okay, think about it. And these are the very mediums. I mean, these are the different durations of your Plus subscription, like 48 months, 42 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. PSH10 is the code, everybody. You all can make use of this code. It will give you straightforward 10% discount. All right, and students, we are rising. I mean, the prices, they are going to rise soon from 1st April. You still have time. If you're thinking about this, be wise to yourself. Think about your future. Think about for your welfare and go ahead with the best for yourself. Okay, and then we have got the Iconic subscription wherein you'll be getting the best exam. Okay, we have got the different durations. I would like to tell you all, try to go for a longer tenure. That's always beneficial, such as 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. PSH10 is the code, my dear. Make use of this code. Avail straightforward 10% discount. All right, and kindly try to think about this for your good. And everybody, our prices, they are going to rise soon, everyone, and the prices, they are going to rise right from April 1. So you all can act fast to save now, since just 3 days are being left. Okay, so do not waste your time. Think about this, discuss it about with your parents. And for all CBSE Plus and Iconic subscription, this is going to happen. Like the very Plus, the old prices, like for example, right now for 12 months we have 15,000, but from 1st April it's gonna be 17,250. Similarly, you can like check for your Iconic subscription as well, and herein you can easily see like what is the difference between the old price and the new price. Okay, for iconic, like for example, for 24 months, you have 48,000. Right now, the amount is 48,000. If we are gonna check the new prices, 55,200 is going to be the price from 1st April. So guys, just act fast, okay? Like save your money, okay? And discuss about this with your parents. Let them know what you really desire for, because you need the best to become best in your life. All right. So just make a move accordingly and subscribe before the prices go high. You can make use of the code PSH10. This will give you straightforward 10% discount. So make the most out of it, go for it, and make your life really easy. Okay, so everybody, we are introducing the community. You all never miss any update from your favorite educator. Get sessions, notes, and practice material. Share your feedback directly via educator polls, and check the link to the educator community below. So thank you, everybody. I'm gonna catch you all right at 2 p.m. with the subjective questions from your chapter, Glimpses of India. Be right there, all right. And if you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit the bell button for your good, and definitely like the session and share it with your friends. I'm gonna catch up soon, everyone. Take care.